Hi, everyone. I'm doing the Healer of the Medicine Wheel Part 1. I know it's a little later than I expected to do this, but it's okay. It's all in divine timing. I'm going to start out with some singing bowl music. And kind of wait for people to show up. Hi, whoever's here. I can see you're here. Thank you for coming. Hello, welcome. Try and help clear some of that energy going on. So, how is everyone doing? Hi, Jan. Thank you for coming. Since I have you here, I guess I can start. You missed my healing or singing bowl music, which I'm going to religiously start doing that one now. But we're doing the fourfold way, the medicine wheel. This is part 1, the healer of the medicine wheel. And how's your day going, Jan? Mine's been going pretty well today. A little busy, but it's been well. Got my notes here to keep me on track. Okay. As the healer of the medicine wheel, whatever house I enter, I shall come to heal. It's the Hippocratic Oath. The direction of the healer is great. Charlie doesn't want to stop licking my face. You need the extra love, so he won't stop. My Ruby likes to do that to me a lot, so I have to kind of push her down and tell her no, it gets bad. But Charlie's tongue, I'm sure, isn't as big as Ruby's. The direction of the healer is south. The element is earth. The creatures are four-legged creatures. Human resource is love within yourself and others. Meditation is lying. The way of living is right speech. So to say the right things, be considerate of your feelings and others' feelings. The fourfold way would be to pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on with you. Pay attention to what's going on with your surroundings and others as well. The healing self would be telling stories. Tell stories of the past experiences, ancestral stories, whatever you feel drawn to, or even historic stories, or it could even be a fable or anything to your liking. Use your intuition for that. The instrument is the drum. The season is spring, which we're coming into the spring pretty soon here. We've got maybe a month and a week left, and spring here, well, maybe a couple of months. So I always think of it as being in the middle of February, but that's wrong. But I think that's because I connect also with the goddess Frigid, which she is the first introduction to the fact that spring is coming. It's also associated with the groundhog, so we depend on the groundhog for that. Stories are memories, and memories are love. Absolutely. Absolutely. So paying attention to what has heart and meaning, acknowledgement, acceptance, recognition, validation, and gratitude. Those are all part of the healer. And the healer mainly has to do with the heart, which would be self-love, love for others, love for nature, love for spirit, and other creatures on the planet or even within the universe. The heart is the bridge between Father Sky and Mother Earth. With heart is also four-chambered, as they mention in the fourfold way. The heart has four chambers. The chambers of the heart are, you basically ask is, am I full-hearted, open-hearted, clear-hearted, and strong-hearted? Those are the four areas of the heart. The heart is an interesting piece of muscle that we all have. Any living creation has a heart, and it kind of, it's like it's the strongest muscle in the body, basically, because out of all the muscles you have throughout your body, the heart is the only one that keeps going. It goes nonstop. It never stops. Like, it's an amazing mechanism that we have to keep us going, which is incredible, because like, it's for an example of how many push-ups can you do without your arms being sore. Well, the heart constantly moves and beats all the time. A little saying that I found in the book that I wanted to read, which is beautiful. It's by Antonio Machado, out of the book Time Alone. Last night, as I was sleeping, I dreamt marvelous error that I had a beehive here inside my heart, and the golden bees were making white combs and sweet honey from all of my old failures. second here. Getting prepared for the next part. And an idea of being full-hearted, or what would not be being full-hearted, is approaching the situation only half-hearted, just kind of like you're not into that person's vibe or whatever, so you don't have the full-hearted love for that person, so you're not going to give the best advice if they ask it to you. So the best way to resolve that is to remove yourself from that situation. So then that way you can place yourself in other situations and bring yourself to being full-hearted. It's also, let's see. Where did I go? And then open-hearted is what it's not, is to be closed-hearted, defensive, resistant, protecting ourselves from hurt. Well, hurt is kind of a touchy subject. Yes, it hurts us, but it also opens us up to the ability to understand others and to love ourselves for our flaws, our imperfections, or stuff that we absolutely adore about ourselves, that we feel is awesome. So the best way for yourself to keep yourself from that is to soften the heart, to reopen the heart. We also learn from those experiences of hurt and pain, but it also gives us a realization that maybe that person is sick. So, and a lot of people who end up being hurtful to others, they are sick because they haven't healed that part of themselves yet. Clear-hearted, not being clear-hearted is confused and doubting the heart, doubting your intuition, just doubting things that you think it's more of along the lines of something that you think you love but don't really love. That's an example of doubt. If you don't love it, then you're confused about something, then you need to meditate and wait until your mind is clear and you can have a clear outlook on a situation. Or just not respond to it until that clear thought comes your way. Strong-hearted. Strong-hearted is what it's not, is lacking courage and not speaking the truth. Not speaking the truth to yourself and not speaking the truth to others. The truth can also hurt, but if you speak the truth, you're either teaching yourself a lesson or you're teaching someone else a lesson. It's all kind of in divine timing of what you or another soul needs at that moment in time, where you had agreed upon it, therefore you learn it in this lifetime at that right moment. And to heal that is to have courage to speak the truth. Have the courage to be your whole self as you are. Accepting that and knowing that knowing that that is okay with you, that's okay with the world, that's okay with the universe. It's also another form of being able to love yourself. That's why I think I'm going to have to split the healer of the medicine wheel up into 3 segments, because it's a lot to take in, just the whole chapter. It definitely, let's see. And then it definitely is a hard thing to accomplish, but you just take baby steps, one step at a time. You will feel more empowered. Your light will be brighter. Your vibration will be brighter when you can move forward. A good example is of being strong-hearted is the Aztec poem. And it's the mature person, heart firm as stone, heart as strong as the trunk of a tree, noble face, wise face, owner of his or her face, owner of his or her heart. The mature person, noble face, firm heart. Then we go on to there's 6 kinds of universal love, which in a lot of languages, there's only one word for love, whether it all basically means the same thing. But there are 6 kinds of universal love. And it helps maintain the health of the 4-chambered heart. And it allows us to explore and open to the 6 kinds of universal love. The first one is love between mates and lovers. The second one is love between parent and child. The third one is love between colleagues and friends. The fourth, professional love between teacher and student, therapist and client, and so on. The fifth, self-love. And the sixth, unconditional love or spiritual love. All of those things help us to evolve with self-love. It also shows us how to love others, and it gives us bonding between us and another human, or whether it be human, animal. Our pets are like our kids, so that's like a maternal bond, parent and child bond right there. So they're there for us, we're there for them. Then there's the 8 concepts of healing. These kinds of love are doorways to healing. They open as we open ourselves up to the healing and love. The first one is healing is a lifelong journey toward wholeness. The second one is healing is remembering what has been forgotten about connection and unity and independence among all things living and non-living. 3, healing is embracing what is most feared. Yes, absolutely. It's scary, but it's something that we all either have been through, are going through, or will go through, and even continue to go through. Sometimes we don't have a choice in those fears. We have to embrace them. And I see I have a third person. Welcome. thank you for coming. So the fourth one is healing is opening what has been closed, softening what has been hardened into an obstruction. So basically, it's opening up those doorways and breaking down those blocks that we are able to overcome and move forward with. A lot of the blocks that we end up having to tear down are ones that we create ourselves because of this lack of self-love. But that's okay. Those are experiences that you may not be ready to move forward with yet. But by breaking down the blocks, we are able to move forward with our healing and our love. The fifth one is healing is entering into a transcendent, timeless moment when one experiences the divine. Healing is also meditation. We do heal ourselves in meditation. Meditation is a very, very healing aspect of our lives, for sure. Sorry for the background noise. The children are still awake, but that's okay. It's still kind of early. It's only 7:19 here. Healing is creativity and passion and love, which is great. We all need to use our imagination and be creative and with our emotions, our feelings, our activities, especially now. It will give us so much healing. Just being able to do something that you wouldn't normally do, whether it be drawing or having a new idea for a craft or just putting something together that you would think would be fun to put together. You just have to use your imagination and place those things together. 7 is healing, is seeking and expressing self in its fullness. It's light and shadow. It's male and female. So yes, healing is embracing your shadow self. You can't have the darkness without the light. You can't have the light without the darkness, because how else is the light going to illuminate and be? So it's important to heal those aspects of your shadow self. It also creates more self-love within you that you can express with others, which brings your vibration up by healing those shadow aspects of yourself. Because it's pain and traumas that you've built these or contained in these boxes, or built huge stone walls around, or however you imagine that. It's time to, even if it's one brick at a time, or just opening a piece of the box and releasing just a little bit of it at a time. You can take baby steps on that too, because some of our shadow aspect work is a lot harder for some than others. Not everyone can just do it like that. We're all different. That's what makes us unique. 8, healing is learning to trust. That is a big one. I think a ton of people deal with. Trusting in oneself, trusting in others. Sometimes we lack the judgment on not really judgment. We just lack the ability to trust ourselves to make the right decision, or we lack the ability to trust that others can make the right decision. We have to believe that it is possible for everyone to make the right decision. It may not be the right decision at the moment, but if it's not the right decision, that's where your learning comes through. That's where you move forward with that and be able to heal that aspect of yourself. And if you're able to teach others to heal that aspect of themselves. Then we go on to the principle of, I'm probably going to butcher this word, reciprocity, which basically is, let's see, go back over, I summarized it. The practice of exchanging things with others for mutual benefit. So exchanging words, exchanging love, exchanging gifts, or help. Help is another form of that. It's to give, receive, and connect. So all of those things that I mentioned all have to do with giving, receiving, and connecting. So it's about gifting as you receive and connecting with another being. Doesn't have to be intimately, but sharing those gifts with each other. It creates health and well-being, and the right relationships to self, nature, and others. And a good example of that is Octavio Paz in his book, The Labyrinth of Solitude. Love is one of the clearest examples of that double instinct which causes us to dig deeper into our own selves and at the same time to emerge from ourselves and realize ourselves in another. Death and recreation, solitude, and communion. It's kind of like an Avatar, or in that movie, I believe it's Avatar, with the blue people, where when they love someone, they say, "I see you." That means that they see their whole being. If you have any questions, Jan, feel free to ask if you're still here. And that'll be for now. Next week, I will go into the empowerment tools of the healer and the meditation part, and the healer's connection to nature. So, and because I figure that's kind of a lot, those are a lot of steps to go through to heal oneself. And like I said, this chapter I'm definitely going to split up into 3 sections because there's not a lot of pages, but there's a lot of information and ideas to help you move forward with healing your heart, healing yourself. And once you can heal your heart and heal yourself, then you can heal others. Go ahead and give it a couple of minutes in case you are still here, Jan. If you do have a question, I'll play the singing bowl for a little bit. It's funny how the nature sounds at the beginning and close to the end of my stream are rain. It's kind of cool. We need to bring in the water. Well, I'm gonna call it. Thank you all for coming, and I hope you enjoyed my part 1 of The Healer of the Medicine Wheel. And I will hopefully see you in a couple of weeks. And those who missed it, you're welcome to watch the replay, and I hope it helps you and you enjoy my insight on the healer of the medicine wheel. I love you all. Love and light to all. Healing light, love and light to all who are willing to receive it.